There she is, number 10. She is. Maybe it's her size. Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hobie's there to do everything except score player. She leads the team in rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks.
Who is that?
Hobie 45.
Okay.
Rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Everything. Oh yeah.
And we welcome you to R.A. Fagnall Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College. It's Blue Jay basketball. Tonight, Fiona McMahon, Devin Vaughn, Melanie Schwartman, and the rest of Coach Ethnic Carrillo's Blue Jays will take on the 14th ranked Wheaton Thunder. So glad to have with us. My name is Mark Kruger. I'm joined by Luke Tanak. And Luke, we'll head
I'm glad to be back.
2014, of course, CCIW play in 2014. And for the Elmhurst College Blue Jays, well, they had a tough one here on Saturday, losing to Illinois Wesleyan, and now with a chance to get to that 500 mark in conference play. But certainly, it's going to be a very difficult task against a very tough Wheaton Thunder team here tonight.
That's right. The Titans really, of Illinois Wesleyan, really suffocated them last Saturday. We'll see if they can get off the schneid right here tonight.
Fiona McMahon and Maris Hovey jumps out of the tip, controlled by the Thunder, and we are underway here in Elmhurst. This is Hovey with it. Skip pass over here to Reeves. Her shot is off the mark. It's tracked down in the corner by Zeller. I love it.
Hovey is their do-it-all player. Leads the team in rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks.
And that girl with the ball, you just saw her number 10, as the drive by Zeller is partially blocked. It's going to be out to Wheaton. Kaden Daniels, number 10, she's the leading scorer for this Wheaton team, averaging over 18 points per game. Only a freshman.
He's just a nice mix of experience and senior play. Hovey the senior, the rest all underclassmen.
Here come the Blue Jays looking to run. Devin Vaughn will kick it out. Man from the free throw line, and she'll hit it. And Blue Jays are on the board first.
McMahon definitely a player to watch for the Blue Jays, especially McMahon and Schwartman. Can they dominate down low? If they can, that opens up their whole offense and their three-point shooters as well.
There's a steal there by Schwartman, and she got her hands in the passing lane. And quickly a steal by McDaniels at the other end. Wheaton gets it back. And that was the problem the Blue Jays had here Saturday against Illinois Wesleyan, turning the ball over. Top of the key, Graham's shot hits the back iron, no good. Comes down to Lippman, the freshman. Hannah pushes it off to the left. Sinet has it stolen by McDaniels. Her second steal here. They're going up to Graham. Left-handed layup is good. We're tied at 2.
McDaniels point guard showing her skill set beyond just scoring right there early on. The block shot and then the quick outlet pass. Graham.
She mentioned overall records. Elmhurst 8-4. Wheaton College 10-1. The Thunder 1-0 in CCIW play. They beat Milliken by 11 over the weekend, and now we're going to have a whistle on our first foul of the night. It's going to be a blocking foul against the Thunder. Into this first half, and we're tied at 2-2 here between Elmhurst and Wheaton. CCIW action. Good matchup down low between McMahon and Hovey.
Exactly. I'm going to see if the Blue Jays try to feed her.
Oh, there's a free ball. Sinet connects from downtown, and it's 5-2 Blue Jays.
I'm going to say that's a key for the Blue Jays today is that three-point shooting. If they can get McMahon and Schwartzman going down low, there's going to be a lot of open shots for those guards. Sinet, Littman, and Schaefer, who are two of them averaging over 40%.
To the left hand, no good by Graham. And if you look at the numbers, both teams is pretty even. They're both averaging just around 75 points per game. Boy, another steal, this one by Zeller. But they had McDaniels, and she had it blocked from behind by Lippman. So the two freshmen going at it.
Great play between two of the younger players on the floor. Lippman does well to hustle back on D. Stop McDaniel from getting easy lane.
To the free throw line, that shot no good by Reeves, and Blue Jays doing a good job covering up. One and done for the Thunder on that trip. Sinet running the offense. Takes it over here to Littman. Skip. So Devin Vaughn in the scoring column. Start of the game by the Blue Jays. Kent Madsen calling and getting a 30-second timeout here. The Blue Jays up 6 in the early going.
That's my X factor for this game. Can the guards make threes? Wheaton is a fantastic team, number 15 in the country, top team in the CCIW, picked to finish second in the CCIW. But if they can work the inside presence, obviously we see Hovey down low, who is just going to be a force to be reckoned with against McMahon and Schwartzman. But if they can set up that game, and then it'll open up plenty of opportunities for the shooters as we've seen in the early going.
By the way, this is the 72nd meeting between these two teams. Wheaton holds the advantage 58-13. Last meeting, at the end of last year, Wheaton won by 20, 70-50. The drive by McDaniels has it blocked. Here come the Blue Jays at the other end, 3-on-2. Vaughn kick it back out to Sinet. Nice bounce pass inside. The turnaround by McMahon is good. Good ball movement on the offensive end there by the Blue Jays. And it's 10-2 in favor of Elmhurst. 16-18 left to go here in the first half. Down on the block. Shot is blocked by McMahon, but there's Hovey with the answer. To make it 10-4 as we come up on the 16-minute mark of this first half. Inside of McMahon, keeps the ball up high, just a little too strong. Hovey comes away with it for the Thunder.
Only the second miss of the game thus far by the Blue Jays.
Three-ball attempt is well off the mark. Schwartzman getting the per contest. Another three-ball attempt. That one is off the mark by Sinet. McMahon's put back is good, however. 6 for Fiona.
We just saw that matchup down low. Hovey against McMahon. To me, Hovey's the X factor for Wheaton. Can she eliminate or even try to stop McMahon and Schwartzman? Can they limit her in the down low scoring? And it's going to be really hard for the Blue Jays to win this game if they can't score down low.
Pretty ball by McDaniels. That one is off, and McMahon had real good position, good box out. She comes away with a rebound. 15 minutes remaining here in this first half. That ball knocked away by Zeller. And we're going to have a substitution for the first time here for Blue Jays. Erica Johnson coming into the game. Number 42. Johnson popping out here. Over here now is Littman. Sinet looking to get it inside. Now directing traffic. Veers off here to the left. 5 on the shot clock. Littman at the elbow. Throws it over to Vaughn. Vaughn gets to put it up. And we got a whistle with 1 second on the shot clock. Vaughn got fouled.
Vaughn's looking to see if it's a shooting foul. I'm not so sure, but he's going to reset the shot clock. That was a tough foul by Wheaton because there's no way Vaughn's going to have a very easy attempt from down low.
foul is on Ellie Zeller. It's her first. It's the second team foul. 14:35 remaining in the first half. Vaughn, and we had another whistle, and the official is coming over to the scorer's table. Apparently there must be some type of maybe a shot clock or a game clock situation.
The shot clock didn't start.
Okay.
It should be much lower than 29, which is where it's at right now.
Yeah, they're winding it down now. They got it at 27. At least right now it's at 27. And it looks like the officials are happy with that. 14:34 the game clock. Popping up is Schwartman. See if Melanie can get on the board here. Nice drive. Got cut off. Here's Johnson now at the top. 10 on the shot clock. Sinat dribbling, guarded by McDaniel. Still goes baseline, and she puts it in off the glass.
That's a great hesitation move. Made McDaniels bite on the fact she might pull up for a shot and just drove right by her for the easy layup.
A 10-point lead here for the Blue Jays. 14 minutes remaining here in this first half. Bethany Carrillo certainly has to be pleased with the way her Blue Jays have come out so far here in this game. Chantel Beecham into the game, number 11. We're going to have a foul. First foul against the Blue Jays. Melanie Schwartman's going to get called for the foul. Schwartman's going to have a seat. Fiona McMahon is back into the game. Kim Schwartman is into the game, number 10 for Elmhurst. Maria Panaggio, number 23, is into the game for Wheaton. As that shot goes for Ellie Zeller.
That's just an example of the unselfish play by Hovey. Had a shot of her own, but saw a wide open player in the corner.
Another steal. Zeller will stop at the free throw line. Didn't have the numbers, but she tracks down the offensive rebound. And an offensive foul. Good job by Devin Vaughn to take that charge. And it's the foul on Maria Panaggio.
The two keys to victory for the Blue Jays, like I said before, I call it scoring inside out. Start inside with McMahon and Schwartman. That's your bread and butter. But then it'll open up opportunities on the outside. Secondly, take care of the basketball.
Yeah.
Turnovers is not going to get it done today.
Well, there's Devin Vaughn hitting again from the perimeter.
I don't expect them to keep up this rapid shooting percentage they got going on right now, but if that kind of offense is what's going to sustain them in this game, the turnovers have to be limited. They average 18 per game. I think they definitely have to be much below that if they want to be the 15-team country right here in Wheaton.
Yeah, that was a problem really for the Blue Jays last year, the turnovers. Carrillo saying that they want to really work on that this year. Shot with the shot clock going down, way off mark that time by Hovey. So a 10-point lead here for the Blue Jays, 16-6. And that drive is no good, but McMahon gets an offensive rebound and a fresh shot clock. As we come up out of the 12-minute mark, McMahon down low, she couldn't get to go rebound. McDaniels. Well, that's one that Fiona makes 9 out of 10 times. And a whistle on the pass off as the drive by Zeller. Foul's going to be on Elmhurst here.
For Wheaton, they just have to continue to play their game. They know who they are. They're a very good team. And I think there's a foul on it.
Hannah Lippman, a freshman, guilty of a foul, Luke. That's her first. And back in the game is Sinat, Karen, the senior, back in the game.
The young stars for Wheaton, they got McDaniels averaging 18 points as a freshman, but then they have Hovey, the senior leader, as Zeller.
Yeah, beautiful move by Zeller. She splits the defenders, gets fouled, and she'll have a chance to complete the three-point play here now.
Zeller, one of the other three players besides McDaniels, averaging over 10 points per game. She's a sophomore. The other one, Hannah Considine, who I don't think we've seen in this ball game. She started on the bench. She's a sophomore, so they very young roster, but they have contributions, especially from Hovey, the senior. I see them sitting right now, which worked for Illinois Wesleyan.
Blue Jays did a good job of breaking it, got a good shot off. They just couldn't get it to go. Wheaton trying to save it, and it goes out of bounds to the Blue Jays. So a new 30-second shot clock here for Elmhurst with 11:43 left to go here in the first half.
Gotta think Ken Madsen saw his film, saw the Blue Jays really struggle with the Wesleyan pressure, and so Wheaton's gonna bring some of their own.
11.5 minutes remaining here in this first half. Elmhurst with the 7-point lead, 16-9. Had to pass, but a good save that time by Shortman, but Wheaton has the ball. Here's McDaniels, and a little bumping foul is going to be called on Johnson. That's Erica's first. It's the 14th foul, and back in the game is Melanie Shortman, along with Devin Vaughn.
Personally, if fitness is not a factor, I would love to see Shortman and McMahon on the court at the same time. I think one of them could pull Hovey away from the basket, give opening to the other one.
Three ball is good by Meacham. So Meacham brings the Thunder to within 4, 16-12, as the Blue Jays have been on 16 here for a couple of moments here. Thunder starting to creep back into this game. They trail by only 4. McMahon and the shot blocked by Hovey.
Hovey's had better that matchup this far this evening down low. And maybe they'll work Shortman a little bit more down there.
And down low, it's Zeller with the bucket, and just like that, the Thunder are within 2. 5-0 run here by the Thunder, and Tethany Carrillo wants and gets a timeout here. 16-14 in favor of the Blue Jays with 10:30 remaining here in the first half. Well, the Wheaton Thunder, we mentioned, just 10-1, and that one loss to a team out in Oregon, right?
Yeah, they went out to the West Coast to start the season.
That's where you're familiar with.
Yeah,
got back from California.
North. Yeah. Played Linfield and George Fox out there. George Fox is one of the top teams in the country. That's their only loss of the season. They're a top 10 team. But they have actually a win over UW Whitewater, who Elmhurst played and had on the ropes for three quarters of the game, and then gave it away in the last quarter. But Wheaton has had some very impressive wins, which I say is even more impressive considering they have such a young contributing group right now.
Yeah, they play a very, very tough non-conference schedule, no question about it. Whistle away from the ball here, pushing and shoving, and they're gonna call it against Elmhurst here. Boy, I didn't quite. Wasn't an obvious.
I think Wheaton's number 21, Lauren Graham, thought it was on her for a second. She was
Yeah,
looking at herself.
It's on 21 for Elmhurst. That's Melanie Short. Now that's her second.
It's got to be something to watch out for foul trouble, because if either Shortman or McMahon get in foul trouble, you don't have the leeway to either sub them in or play both of them, which is what I would like to see personally.
And we're going to have a whistle, and the ball goes out of bounds here to Elmhurst.
McDaniels took one too many steps there as Vaughn tried to take the charge. Neither block nor charge, just travel there. On McDaniels, the freshman's turnover.
So
to watch for.
Whitney Schaefer, number 32, is into the game. Melanie Shortman's going to have to sit down with those 2 fouls.
This is going smaller right now. 4 guards on the floor and then McMahon down low.
Hovey is out of the game for Wheaton, so we'll see if Elmhurst tries to get it down low to McMahon.
That would be my goal. I don't see Constantine in the game either, number 30. She's the other young sophomore who's been playing center down low, 6 feet tall, and would probably mark up on McMahon. But I haven't seen her yet, so we'll see if they go down low to McMahon.
McDaniels left wide open for the triple, and she buried it. That gives the Thunder a 1-point lead.
their first lead of the contest, and this is a big run. Probably 9 or 10 points in a row here.
Yeah, no, it was 16-9, so it's at least an 8-0 here. Boy, the Blue Jays, again, still stuck on 16. We're at the 8:50 mark. Been at least 4 minutes since they put a point on the board here. And that shot from the perimeter breaks that long streak. Whitney Schaefer connected.
I'm still waiting for them to throw the ball in McMahon. She's got a 3-inch height advantage on Lauren Graham, who's trying to guard her down low.
Blue Jays recapture the lead, 18-17. Put back, that's no good by Panaccio. And here come the Blue Jays on the attack. Devin Vaughn with the skip pass over to Schaefer. There's inside McMahon, count it, and the foul.
Beautiful move by Whitney Schaefer to get the defender in the air and then found McMahon on a perfectly placed pass that she could just stay up and in really simply.
Lauren Graham with the foul. That's her first. It's the 4th team foul. Hovey quickly back into the game along with Ellie Zeller, number 20 for the Thunder.
Wheaton doesn't want Elmhurst to exploit that matchup too much. Hovey the do-it-all senior down low for the Thunder.
Shot no good. McMahon with another rebound. 20-17, Blue Jays by 3. Just under 8 minutes to go, first half. Ball drives, tough hand, a little too strong. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Blue Jays ball, and it is. Fresh 30-second shot clock, 7:51 remaining in the half. Up top, here's Vaughn. Free ball by Sonette, the senior connects. She's hit a couple from downtown. She's at 8. The lead is 6 for Elmhurst. Now Luke touched on it. It's been good shooting for the Blue Jays throughout this first half. Hopefully that hot shooting can continue into the second half. Oh, they're going to call a blocking foul as Devin Vaughn trying to take another charge. She took one a couple moments ago, but this time the official is going to call the block. Probably one of the toughest calls to make in basketball.
It's so hard. I think she may have had her left foot just trying to get a little in front of Graham. I don't know. She was definitely outside of the restricted area, so I'm sure that's what the refs saw.
First free throw is no good by Lauren Graham. Gorilla going to her bench. Annette Stidham, 6'1" freshman. Into the game. As the second free throw is good by Graham.
Stidham hasn't seen a lot of action. She's played 2 contests, played 8 total minutes, so interesting.
Well, she's definitely going to be matched up against Hovey.
I would have to agree, but I think Elmhurst's not worried about Hovey scoring all day. Just more worried about pulling down an offensive rebound, so Stidham can just box her out. I think she'll be able to play that role and let Shortman and McMahon sit with their fouls and wrestle with them.
30-second timeout taken here by the Elmhurst College Blue Jays. And it's Elmhurst leading by 5 here, 23-18 with 7 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here in this first half. To mention the Wheaton Thunder overall 10-1. Other teams in the CCIW overall, Carthage is 10-2. North Park 8-4. Illinois Wesleyan is 7-5. And Elmhurst, as we mentioned, 8-4 overall. On CCIW action tonight, North Central is at Milliken. North Park is at Carthage, and Augustana is at Illinois Wesleyan. A good rebound by Hovey.
She's just dominating the glass right now, just all over it. I don't know if Stidham's going to be able to grab any rebounds from her on the offensive end, but hopefully she can box her on the defensive end so we just get any second chance opportunities.
6:49 remaining here in this first. Zeller from the elbow. Off the mark. Vaughn with the rebound. Quick outlet to Sonette. Harris surveying the situation. Doesn't have nothing. Ball is loose, and it's going to slide out of bounds to the Thunder. Turnover for Elmhurst.
And that's only their 6th turnover of the game. 6 turnovers through 13 and a half minutes is, I'd say, about the average of what we've seen from the Blue Jays so far this season.
6:20 remaining here in this first half. Blue Jays leading by 5. Holden gives it up to Zeller. Zeller in the drive has it stripped now to her knee, and she loses it. Elmhurst comes away with it. Sinet gets it across half court. And Vaughn with a beautiful spin move to the left hand. Scoop no good. And the rebound taken down by Sarah Drury.
Here comes McMahon about to check back in. They're going to probably look to her down low. Maybe she can start to get the better of the matchup with Hovey.
Driving the kick out. This is Reeves. Hits the front rim, no good. Rebound taken down by Littman. Schaefer, double team. Dishes it off to Littman. That shot no good. Wheaton comes away with it. 23-18 Blue Jays. We come up on the 5-minute mark of this first half. Inside off the glass is good by Reeves. Her first field goal. And it's 23-20 Blue Jays. Littman drives. Tries to create some space, and another steal by McDaniels. Katie with a left-handed layup. She has 5 and a full timeout taken by Tethany Carrillo. 4:39 remaining in the first half. The Thunder are within 1 now, 23-22. Another steal by Katie McDaniels.
She had amazingly good hands, and then not only that, but she had the separation. I mean, she's about at the same place as the Elmhurst players on the left side of the floor, and then all of a sudden she's down at her basket and the Elmhurst players are left to the dust.
4:39 left to play here in this first half. Leading the way in scoring for Elmhurst, Fiona McMahon has 8. Karen Sinet also has 8. She has a couple of 3-point field goals. Devin Bowman with 5 and Whitney Schaefer with 2 points.
I'm really interested in this game to see how many shots would McMahon and Schwartman get. Schwartman actually doesn't have a shot thus far, but McMahon has 7. In a game against Illinois Wesleyan, either of them had very many shots, very many minutes for that matter. Schwartman had 6 shots and McMahon had 8 shots total in the whole game. And Illinois Wesleyan dominated them in points in the paint. And so that was something I was looking out for. McMahon's already almost matched her shot total. She's struggled a little bit down low, but still made 4 of her 7 shots. And she made 1 from outside, and all the other ones seems to have been right by the basket, which is, I think, where she belongs, down low, to make sure that she can hit her easiest shot and where she feels most comfortable.
Molly Shortman on the bench with those 2 personal fouls, and it was going to be interesting to see as Littman tries for the 3 ball. That's no good, but the Blue Jays get an offensive rebound. The shot clock.
There's Claire Monroe fighting amongst about 3 or 4 Wheaton defenders.
I'll be battling for it, and it's McDaniels coming away with it for Wheaton. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. But Coach Carrillo, with those 2 fouls on Shortman, she obviously now with under 4 minutes, I think she's going to keep her on the bench with those 2 fouls.
So it's going to be, hopefully McMahon has to finish these 4 minutes. That'll be fine to keep them close.
Oh, McDaniels again with the left hand with the shooter's touch. She now has 7. And that gives Wheaton Thunder the 1-point lead, 24-23. And look, there's just been stretches at times, and there's inside McMahon, got free and got the layup. Where the Blue Jays just seem to go on stretches where they just don't score for a couple minutes at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes that's turnovers, sometimes that's easy shots that just don't fall. Like we saw McMahon miss a layup that she makes, 9 out of 10 times.
Right.
Just didn't make it that one time.
Ignacio with the left hand, and now we've got a held ball situation, and the arrow favors the Blue Jays here.
That's a big arrow for the Blue Jays. Up 1 right now, but with Shorten on the bench, you got as many possessions as you can. Hoping to at least go into halftime, even with the Thunder, and then you'll have Sherman back for the second half.
Katie Swanson in the game, number 11, handing it off to Lippman, and we're going to touch foul there on Panagio, I believe. It is indeed on Maria. That's her second.
What I've been impressed so far is Elmhurst defense. They haven't forced left turnovers, but held Wheaton at 37% shooting, much lower than their usual. And obviously, they shut the lights out for the Blue Jays, shut the lights out for about 5 minutes in the beginning of the game. Haven't been as solid then, but there's only 24 points on the board for the Thunder. That's much slower than they would typically score in a half, scoring 75 points per game.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier, they're averaging about 75 points per contest, so to hold them to just 24 points here. Shot by Monroe is a little too strong, but there to pick up the garbage and lay it in is McMahon. 12 points now for Fiona. 3-point lead for the Blue Jays.
Great hustle there down low. There was a Blue Jay that stripped that ball away from Wheaton as Hovey went flying to try to save the ball. That left the lane open, and McMahon just said, get up, put it back in.
Hovey with bounce pass inside to Zeller. Count the bucket, and a foul on Claire Monroe. So Zeller now with a chance to complete the 3-point play here.
You can see why Hovey leads the team in assists. They love to put her right at the free throw line. She can hit that shot, but if you're guarding her, she doesn't want to take the shot. She finds somebody that's open. She's got great court vision from a free throw line.
Zeller cannot complete the 3-point play. Devin Vaughn comes away with a rebound. So we're under 2 minutes. 1-point lead for the Blue Jays. 27-26. Swanson up top. Here's Swanson to the left. She drives left baseline, spins, kicks it out. 7 on the shot clock. Monroe's 3 is no good. She battled for the offensive rebound, but into the hands now of McDaniels.
That's what they taught us from a young age. Make sure you follow your shot. She had the opportunity, but it was stripped away by a Wheaton player.
Here's Holvey right at the free throw line. But kind of an awkward shot there.
I think McMahon got a hand on it.
May have been partially blocked. Yeah, you're right. Lippman will pull up from 15, you bet. Hannah Lippman with her first field goal. Boy, she looked smooth on that shot.
Hovey's needs a little time to get her shot off, and that's why she's usually uses her court vision, which is very good at the free throw line.
Under a minute remaining here in this first half. Blue Jays by 3, 29-26. McDaniels still drives right baseline, now kicks it out. And that 3-ball attempt, no good by Zeller. About a 10-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock.
Chance for a 2-for-1 for the Blue Jays. He needed a shot off early in the shot clock.
Shot by McMahon from the elbow is no good. McDaniel coming down with the rebound. Shot clock turned off. There's 20 seconds left to go in the half. So we can go for the last shot. This is Moran at the top. Popping out is McDaniels. The open shot is short. Blue Jays have 6 seconds to get off the shot. Lippman. She hit from there a minute ago, and she hits again. So, Hannah Lippman with a couple of field goals here in the final moments of this first half. And the Blue Jays take a 5-point lead into the locker room, 31-26. Texas 26. We'll take a timeout and come back and recap this first half from R.A. Fagnall Hall. You're watching Blue Jay basketball right here on BlueJT.com.